In this video by EBN Painting, we're spray painting a cinder block wall, and we start our preparation work with pressure washing. First, we're using low pressure to wet the ground at the bottom of the wall. This will help with dirt and dust not getting back on the wall when we use the high pressure. Then we start with the top of the wall, going down using the high pressure setting. The bottom of the wall has a lot of dirt, and it takes a little bit of extra effort to get rid of the dirt stuck in between the blocks. We're holding the gun very close to the wall, power washing a couple of feet at a time until all the dirt is washed away. When the wall is that dirty, it takes a few times going over the same area to get rid of the dirt completely. After the wall is dry, we mask off the top portion of the wall where they have decorative brick using 1.5" green tape. There's about 4 gaps on this wall that run through, and you can see to the other side of the street, and from the street you can see inside the backyard, and we're going to fill those gaps using cement. Before applying cement, we're using 12-inch masking paper to mask off the area around the gap. After we're done with masking, we're using a hook, a putty knife, and a rapid set cement mix to fill in the gap. After we're done applying cement, we're using a wet sponge to make it smooth. After we finished working with the sponge, we remove the paper. After the paper is removed, we're using the sponge one more time to make the repaired area a little bit more even. This wall has a lot of imperfections, and you can see there's areas on the wall where there's residual cement from when they built the wall, and the paper that we applied around the edges of the area that we filled made sure that the cement that we used did not end up anywhere where it's not supposed to be. While the area that we filled with cement is drying, we're going to do some more masking in preparation for spray painting. To mask off the side gate, we used 12-inch masking paper next to the wall and then covered the rest of the gate using tarp, and we did that for both sides of the gate. The house next to the wall we covered with 12-inch masking paper as well. To mask the side gate, we used blue painter's tape first. It's for delicate surfaces, it has very little adhesive, and it would help preserve existing paint on the gate. Using 1.5" green tape, we masked off all the edges of the wall that are shared with neighbor. And on the other side of the house, where it meets the wall, we covered the house with 12-inch masking paper. Before we start spray painting, we strain the paint, and we do it on a tarp, so if there's any spills or drips, they end up on a tarp and not on the ground. For a sprayer, we're using Ultramax 490 PC Pro, an excellent quality sprayer capable of handling any spraying task. After we finished with all masking, the wall is ready for spray painting. Since this wall never been painted before, it needs to be primed first. And for the primer we're using Luxon. It's a Sherwin-Williams masonry primer. It works great not only for cinder blocks, but for any kind of new masonry surface. When the primer is dry, we apply the paint. When we apply the paint, we do it in two different directions. First coat we apply from side to side, and when we go back to apply the second coat, we apply it up and down. That ensures even coverage and eliminates any lines. On a cinder block wall, colors that are very light usually require more than 2 coats. We put more coats off camera, and after that we did all the cleanup. And this is before and after.